Greetings. Hey, it's Susie Q. We're working with a message from Fred, and Fred was my dad, and I was 10 years old when he died. And so when I was up here in Arizona, Payson, Arizona, I had an opportunity to just have a good time in Payson. And then all of a sudden, I went to this picnic table, and then I had my keyboard with me, my laptop. And then I started automatically closing my eyes and working on the keyboard, and then I got a message from my dad. So I didn't see any of the keyboards or anything, but that's what happened. Is I just closed my eyes and my hands were typing the very best. Now again, it was very cryptic when I first saw it, and I could understand some of the words, but some of the words weren't exactly the right words. But this is what we're going to be working with today, is that sometimes we get messages from spirit, sometimes we get guidance, sometimes we get support, sometimes we get innate intelligence. All of this stuff is happening. So again, this is we're going to start this message right now. It's called A Message from Fred. He's a sweet guy. Love comes in waves. Finding the state of being becomes a gift of self-realization as an act of being and pure allowance of what is. Through the in-breath, we conceive new thought constructs, and even in these shifts of perspectives, we find stillness. Presence of the out-breath awakens the soul's aspects, known or unknown, and thereto releases the stagnant energies that may hover about. Bit by bit, we become known to be this essence of now. Stories be told about the energies that swirl and dance and shimmy this freedom of ease. Open one door, take a peek. Is this for me? Slide open the window and smell the sweet aroma of goodness that reaches into the pocket of your most precious glimpses. Reframe your own intent. Allowance gifts life to this thought, and then again the energies move as they do. One step forward and one step back. There you are again in the same spot, in the same soul. If your pocket is empty, be blessed, more to come. If your pocket is full, be blessed, more to come. If there is no pocket, be blessed, more to come. It is the strength and the fortitude that heralds out the next more to come. In any direction you desire to follow, be blessed, more to come. What was fated? What was unknown? What 'twas? All right. Yeah, so that was kind of interesting when that came through with my dad. And I really had no awareness that I hadn't really seen him in dreams recently. It's been a long time since I've seen his face again. Anytime when I was a little bit younger, I could see his face, but he was so sick. But when we started to look at some of those older dreams, he looked perfect, right? He was like perfectly healed and looked very, very healthy and very, very vibrant. So it was pretty interesting when I started just to had the intuition to go in there and see if I could get something about my dad, and all of a sudden the dad energy came through for a message from Fred. And what was so weird, this is the only time I've ever done it, is to close my eyes and put my hands on the keyboard. That was the only time that I did that. And so sometimes we get messages in so many different and amazing ways. And sometimes we kind of know that there's different souls that are here with us. And I kind of got that vibe too from my dad, that with all the written pieces that I do, I kind of feel like my dad is kind of close to me when I'm doing the written material, hands on the keyboard. And then I just listen. I actively listen to that still small voice, and I just type. And I think that my dad is probably part of that. So I think even with me on the keyboard, and I was sitting on a picnic table, and I think that there was some sort of a message in a different level of consciousness that because we sat outside and we were in a beautiful space. It was Payson, Arizona. It was a beautiful and kind of crisp and a cool afternoon. And I think that it was giving me messages that from my dad, message from Fred, right, is that it's helping me when I'm doing my written pieces. Sometimes I don't want to do the written pieces because I've got other stuff to do. I've got other, things that I'm working with, right? But the written pieces have always been so special and so sweet. And so even this message from Fred could be something that you might consider. Maybe some of those words or phrases or thoughts or those impressions from some of the words that came through. Some of it was a little bit tricky with some of the words, trying to figure out, like, because again, my hands were on the keyboard and my eyes were closed. But then I put together those words. I could really kind of discern what those words were. So the more that you look at some of the people that have passed before, that have gone to spirit, have gone back into your soul's expression, all of this is supporting us. So whenever people are gone, they're never gone. They're always here. They're always present. And a lot of times when I look at it, we call it precognition. The moment you think about, Fred, my dad, he's already in the field. He's already arrived into the field. So that precognition was there, but it's been there all along. So the more that you can kind of have a better understanding about what spirit is and how it works, I think there's all these beautiful states of awareness when somebody has passed away or receded to consciousness or gone back to spirit or to God. All of this is helping us. So I really am happy to share this piece with a message with Fred. And so if you ever have any questions about maybe having more discernment for yourself, if you've got people that have been in your life that are not here anymore, then maybe if you'd like to, I'd love to have a conversation with you and kind of engage with you and just know that they're always present. All of these beautiful spirits and all of these beautiful family members that have already left, they're already here and they're all ready to support each one of us. They could be really beautiful teams of energies coming in to support us, boots on the ground, right? So we'll see you soon. We'll see you soon, and namaste.